I call this meeting to order.
Okay.
Tax reinvestment financing reinvestment zone number one, board of directors meeting, regular meeting, December 17th, 2025. Any public comments? Public comments? And before we consider any action items, I would like, all of you probably heard that there's a change in Zoom and things like that. I'd just like Kelly to tell us where we are.
So going forward, we will, the recordings on the website after the meetings. Today we have an exception because Tracy's going to present. So going forward, they'll be online after the meetings. They will not be.
Is there any streaming during the meeting?
No, we're just recording. Today is different because we have someone online.
Okay,
But the recordings will be posted after the meetings on the website.
okay.
No interaction from the public. They just have to watch
Except
afterwards.
someone's here, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, first item is consider approval of minutes from the meeting held on October 22nd, 2025. Motion to approve, second? Second, Tyler. Any discussion? Not all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, same sign. Next item is to receive current project updates and discuss possible future projects, including but not limited to review of current projects under construction, review of projects in design, and a review of future projects. There he is.
Good morning, everyone.
Just so you know, John Keela is sick today, and it's talked to him yesterday evening. He's really sick. He normally kind of fakes sick, I know, for this meeting.
Remember, this is recorded.
Excuse me. Thank you, Tyler.
I shouldn't say that Bob's got the doctor's note.
No.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. This one is kept to a conservative level. I think we're at like 33 slides. And so prepare yourself for next year. It's going to be the full meal deal with all the projects, especially with the master plan coming out. But we kept it pretty short and sweet for you today. First project we wanted to go over was Santa Fe Community Market. Of course, this is the rendering that you've seen quite a few times and in the layout as well. The completion date of December 25, we have hit that. Hopefully our videos are playing great. So this video is a little bit old. This time of year, we end up doing a lot of drone work. And so we got this one on our schedule. Contractor's done a phenomenal job out here. We hit our dates. I do encourage you, if you have the opportunity and the sun is up, when we get finished, to drive by it. It looks completely different than this. As a matter of fact, last week we did our walkthrough of the project for the punch list. And so that's where we are. We're at punch list level. We are really, really happy with the way this thing turned out. And again, contractor did a phenomenal job. As y'all are probably well aware, with doing downtown city center and finishing that up. Anytime we do projects in the downtown area, especially stuff right next to the railroad, we have surprises. And this project was no different. We had many surprises that we ran into once we started digging some things up. And Wright Builders did a phenomenal job of adapting to that, taking care of those issues and moving the project forward and getting us to completion. Again, very, very excited about how this thing turned out and the timing of it. And we are at punch list, and early next year, I suspect this one will be 100% complete, landscaped out and ready to go. Do like the fact that we did get the startings of Rincon Rails. That's a phenomenal thing for downtown, and it was nice to see that in conjunction with what was going on with this project and seeing what this is going to become in the future.
The lettering looks really nice. The community market and then the Santa Fe sign is really good. You got done yourself, Steve.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity, guys. We gratefully appreciate it. Something I think we'll all be really proud of.
So again, if you have the opportunity, it's like drive by there, and it looks really, really good.
Jessica, do we know what the programming is gonna be for that, or have y'all kind of settled that
I
out?
have not heard. I would like to hear it. Yeah. We'll get back to you on that.
I think the great thing about that, Tyler, is the way that this group did and developed that project and what we did with it is there's a lot of opportunities. It's not strictly a farmer's market. I mean, you have the opportunity to do a lot of stuff there. Especially to go walk through that project, and you can just really start to vision all the things there.
I tell you, I think it is a great thing, and the reinvestment zone can be proud of the involvement we had, other than just providing the financing for it. Actually, a lot of meetings that went over value engineering to bring that project down, and probably about close to $1 million from where it originally started. So the quality of it is first class. So.
So other project that we have in construction is our Outer Loop North 3 project. You guys have seen this one quite a bit, but I did want to bring a couple of things to your attention. A lot of this is in conjunction with the work that we're doing in the master plan. And you're going to hear a lot of things about the master plan today. But this is one specifically that master plan has developed that you're going to see at the beginning of next year. This is in conjunction with the elements that TDC is doing with the North Industrial Park. With some of the prospects that have come in, the water modeling that we've done, it's become very obvious that we need to accelerate one of the water master plan elements, and that's an 18-inch water line that'll go from the south side of the outer loop to the north side. Right now, we have the opportunity to do that via open cut versus bore later. And of course, that's a very, very wide roadway section, being an arterial and at the location it is with our Texas turnaround. So we're going to recommend that we take advantage of our opportunity to do that open cut and save probably $250,000, $300,000 by doing that now rather than in the future. So I just want to bring that to your attention that that's coming forward probably first part of next year. Contractors already working on the numbers. Yes,
Are you
sir.
gonna sleeve it?
We will. It will
Okay.
be sleeved, and that's a good point, right? That's the point of doing that now. So right now we can sleeve that
Yep.
in a steel encasement pipe by open cut rather than having to do it by bore later. And that's where that big savings comes in. The other one is we've been requested to look at lights on the bridge, which we've been working on. Currently, we're not, like Encore will not put lights on any bridge anywhere. That is just what they do. And as is what we do, coordinate and work with Encore for all of our street lighting. You see that all over the outer loop with the double cobras. So we have worked with a group that will do solar lighting on the bridge. And we're going to look at incorporating that into this project as well. So that Brewster Crossing will be, our estimate is about $300,000. I hope we're a little bad on that. Again, that's probably $250,000 less than it would be if we bored it. And the lights on the bridge, we're looking at about $130,000. Both of those, we're anticipating coming back to this board in first part of next year. And then a video on this one as well. I'm really excited how this one is starting to look. The west side, of course, it was our easier side because it was more or less cross country. As you can see here, this is from the east heading west, and you can see the elevated storage tank in the back. We have turned this one black. It's been asphalted. The base layer has been put on there. We left the top layer off so that we have the ability to make this a very, very clean project once we open it up. The bridge is more or less complete. We still have the rail to do as well as the elements that include that rail, which is some fencing over the railroad. Just moving into the west side of this, going along very, very nicely. The base is coming in. You can see the connection up to the bridge. And then, of course, what will be the south side of the project is our focus right now. On the west side, we have several houses that we have to keep driveway and access to. And so we're building the south side first. We'll get that complete, and that will allow us to switch that traffic over, focus on the north side. As you can see here on the west side, retaining walls are complete. That base is going in. So we're making really, really good progress. This is another one that's kind of fun to go drive just because you can actually drive over the bridge right now and start to feel what this is going to look like. It's starting to feel like an actual roadway. It's looking really good.
You still have the estimated completion date.
So with those two change orders, we feel like it's going to be August of 26. But we also feel like it's a great advantage to go ahead and take care of that now. Save us some money, be prepared for that North Industrial Park to get that water ready to go.
That's a good question, David.
Yes, sir.
August completion, is that a substantial completion? And then people start driving on it? Is there then a final completion? How does that, when it actually turns over and you drive on it?
So Dave's opinion, but I believe we're probably looking at July when we start doing that, when people can actually drive over it. The last section that we'll do will be that connection from Pegasus to I-35 on Hart Road, right by the QT. And Lucky's already, that one's in conjunction with TxDOT, so we'll have to do a little bit of work with them on that and coordinate that. But that other connection will probably be complete and will open up probably June, July next year. So these next projects that we're going to talk about are really a function of the master plan. And I know I said this before, but I really want to call out that committee. They've worked really, really hard in 2025 to get that master plan where it is right now. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But this is one that our Little Elm project that is our wastewater. With the current project in the outer loop, we stopped that just to the east side of the BNSF railway. We're not going to take that over to the North Industrial Park. With the natural topography that we have over there, this is a critical element for what TDC and this group is doing with prospects in that North Industrial Park. So we really need to get this completed so that we can serve those guys with wastewater. So this is actually agenda item number 6 for you on in your agenda for $94,900, and that's in financing plan 150. And happy to answer any questions about any of these. I feel free to interrupt. The next one is our South Temple transmission main. Again, another one we've talked about quite a bit, and that's the entire look at what that does from the water treatment plant all the way over to Synergy Park to feed our east side of Temple with water service. Agenda item number 8 is for $60,000, and this is specifically for meets and bounds for lines A2, A3, and A4, so that we can get those easements prepared and get these projects ready to go bid.
David, can you go back? Can you tell us what's been done or on that water line so far?
Yes. So C is complete right now.
Yeah, so we're starting at the middle and
Yeah. We decided to start right in the middle and shift out each direction.
whatever works.
And one of the reasons that we did that just is why it makes sense is that's along the Georgetown Railroad, which we own. And so we had right of way. A1 is mostly along road right of way and Georgetown Road, part of A2 along that. And so we started in areas where we had right of way and we go ahead and construct.
Yeah.
What this agenda item is doing is you see A2, A3, A4, which is from the water plant down to FN 93. It is getting our meets and bounds ready to go for those easements so that we can acquire those and get that next phase going so that we can get A4 up to C, complete that portion from the water plant to what we built, ready to go.
Do you know how many tracts of land that you'll be dealing with that you have to worry about right away?
Want to say
Andrew does.
Okay.
around 30 total.
So again, this is just kind of giving you that illustration from the water treatment plant over to 93 for the meets and bounds. And to give you a little update on where we are with these, A2 right now is 90% in design. And once we get this right away, we've got construction funding in this current FY, then we can take that one to bid. A3, which you can see on there, which is the middle portion of this segment. That is 100% complete in design. And we'll take this one to bidding when we get right away construction funding though, and currently in FY27. And then the connection A4 over to the water treatment plant, 100% in design, and again FY27, but need this right away to take that one to bid as well. And as far as funding, currently in the funding plan is partial.
Yeah, well, I mean, our financing plan has the whole thing funded over time for all the phases.
That one I think is strictly, unless we're doing something different today,
Okay, no,
it's still partial.
okay.
So moving over to Synergy Park, another project that was coming out of the master plan. It's not uncommon. We did this with the last master plan that we did. That's such a big process, and you come up with so many things that some of those projects get accelerated, even though they're in the master plan to bring forward because it's a critical project. This is one of those. This is our 25th Street tank. to the Taylor Road tank, and you see that in the red. This area has been an issue for quite some time in our water system, keeping the Taylor Road tank full of water. We will replace the existing water line with a 12-inch water line, and this will allow us to get about 1 MGD, 1 million gallons a day over to Synergy Park. That is not a complete fix, but it is a great, I don't want to call it a Band-Aid, but it's a great start. And it gets us another 1 million gallons a day over to Synergy Park to for prospects.
This is a project that we've been talking about for several years.
Yeah. I think this is one that's been on the city's radar for a long, long time. And of course, you know, we've gotten a lot of interest over in the Synergy Park area, and so this is gonna do great things for EDC and for the zone to help service that area. So agenda item number 5 today, which will get this project going for $197,500 and get us where we can get that extra MGD water to Synergy Park. Our Tower Road and East Outer Loop project, again, a Synergy Park project. This one is a very large look at our East Outer Loop from FN 3117 all the way up to Highway 53, Tower Road from the Outer Loop, Loop 363 over to FN 317, and then FN 317 from our projected location of the East Outer Loop over and across the railroad to Highway 36. And then we have in the red, we've been asked to look at, do a study over there for some drainage and other elements to see what our best options are in that vicinity. So this was agenda item number 4 for $564,100. This will take care of about a little less than 8.5 miles of roadway compliance design. We're going to look at that large area that to the west of Loop 363. And we're actually going to drone about 600 acres to develop this. And once we get done, we will have those alignments complete. We'll have a very good idea of what the drainage elements are going to be, as well as what we need for right of way. So we'll be able to go ahead and push forward to right of way if that's the board's decision. And then finally, our TRZ 2050 master plan. If you recall, originally we were at the 2040 master plan. Once the committee got into this, they decided to take that out as 2050, and we have expanded that area that we're looking at. So this is a good look at that area, and I believe maybe 3 months ago, Travis did a pretty intense review of where we were with the master plan. We expect to roll this out first quarter of 2026. If I need to apologize right now, the master plan is a little less than 300 pages and we're still going. So it is quite extensive. But we have expanded the time frame that we're looking at as well as the planning area. And so with that, we have on agenda item number 7, we have a contract amendment for $124,000 to one, expand that area and also take that longer look within the master plan. And the city staff and the committee have requested more, some other elements that are going into this.
And in the packet, there's a detail of what makes up that 120,000.
There is. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Do you have any questions? David, thank you very much. Okay, the next number 3 is consider this. Tracy is going to be presenting our annual report. It goes out to each of the taxing entities. Not going to read it is. Consider recommendation city council approval of the annual report of the tax increment financing reinvestment zone number 1 for the year ending September 30, 2025. Tracy, it's all yours. Instead of getting loaded up, I would tell you, this is a document that if any other document, I would keep this handy on your desk. It just is a good summary of where we've been this past year. It also has a financing plan in there and just everything that's been spent, projects, and then also a summary about the zone.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Kelly, are you going to advance the slides or do I do that?
I can do it for you.
Okay, next, please. pleased to present the annual report for the reinvestment zone for the year ended September 30th, 2025. Just a few highlights I'll go over, just the board meetings, a summary of the action items. I go over the source of funds, use of funds, and then go through the roll forward or carry forward of encumbrances from FY 25 to 26. Go over the outstanding bonds and historical investment in infrastructure. Looking at the board meetings over the past year, there were 11 design and professional service contracts approved for a total of 4.7 million. 12 construction contracts and change orders totaling 18.4 million. And just looking down the list, award of the construction of Veterans Memorial Boulevard Phase 1, the Temple Transmission Main line improvements. And that amount was actually, that was the not to exceed amount, but the contract was less than that. And then I won't go read through all the others, but just you can see down the list. And then there were 4 financing plan amendments approved during the year. Looking at the source of funds, taxes from increment, the total collections were a little over 37 million. The budget was 36.1 million, more than budget by 924,000. The sale of land, total of 1.4 million. The budget was 19.9. There's still some land that's pending, that amount's being rolled forward to the new year. And then grants, we had 34,910. The budget's 5.1, but in order to recognize the grant revenue, you have to spend the funds. And again, that amount will roll forward to the next year. Interest income, I had a total of 3.2 million earned. The budget was 1.4 million, more than budget by almost 1.8 million. And then the license fee we received from Patriot Rail running the rail is 299,764 with a budget of 150. Just looking at source of funds by each taxing entity that participates in the reinvestment zone. Temple ISD contributes 52.2%, City of Temple 23%, Bell County 12%, Temple College 7.8%, Troy ISD 3.1%, and then down the list you see Elm Creek and Belton ISD. Just looking at the use of funds that were a total of $58.8 million. The budget was the financing plan program was 135.5 million. Out of that 135 million, almost 75 million will be rolled forward into the next year because those are they've been programmed for projects in either encumbered or have not been actually committed through a contract. Again, less than budget amounts that were not encumbered that rolled to fund balance total 1.7 million. And looking at public improvements was the largest expenditure in the $30.6 million. Debt service was 10.9. Had some land funding that was transferred to EDC of a little over 7 million. And again, I won't go through the whole list, but it's sorted from the largest to the smallest. Next slide, please. Just drilling down into the public improvements, amount of 30.6 million, 12.7 million was on the outer loop. Temple Industrial Park, 1.59. T-Med area, 723,000, and then downtown improvements, 6.6 million, Synergy Park, 6.7. And again, I won't read through the list, but 73.2 million of that rolls into FY 26 to carry on those projects programmed in those various parks and areas. Change in fund equity or fund balance. The beginning fund balance was 77 million. Total sources, a little over 42 million. Total uses, 58.8 million. And then other financing sources, and that was a net amount on a refunding on the bond, a bond issue, 1,156,000. So the decrease in fund balance of 17.8 million, ending fund balance 59.1. And looking at that fund balance of 59.1 million, 1.6 million of it's reserved for arbitrage. That's interest earnings you have to rebate to the IRS. The net carry forwards, and again, that's taking the revenues that are carried forward and the expenditures of 51.5 million. Fund balance that we've allocated to FY26 projects of 302,000 brings the available fund balance at the end of the year to be $6.2 million. Again, that is the number we usually, when going through the financing plan amendments, we try to keep that amount around $2 million. So the carry forwards, and this is in your financing plan in your packet. You have the column A is the adopted financing plan for FY25. We've added column B to show the actual amounts for FY 2025. Column C reflects the net encumbrances and other amounts for projects not completed during the year of 74.9 million. And then column D is your adopted financing plan as it for FY26. And then column E is when you adjust that plan for the carry forwards to show the new revised FY 2026 financing plan. Looking at the outstanding bonds for the reinvestment zone, the total amount of principal outstanding is 162.8 million. Outstanding interest payable in the future is 76.2 million, and 55.42% of that debt will be retired in the next 10 years. Just another highlight related to the bonds. This year we had a refunding opportunity, and that was in May for the 2018 outstanding bonds. Those were refunded we're able to get a better interest on them, and the total savings by doing that refunding over the remaining life of the bonds was $917,000. And then also, over the past year, we were able, in the refunding on the 2018 revenue bonds, we were able to release the buy a surety policy in order to release the reserve fund that we had set aside of over $2 million. And then also in August, council approved a resolution to purchase surety insurance and release 2 additional reserve funds associated with the 2021 outstanding revenue bonds and taxable revenue bonds, totaling over 3.2 million. So during the year, by releasing those reserve funds, we were able to have over $5 million to allocate to projects versus setting in a reserve fund through the remainder of the life of the reinvestments or the outstanding bonds. Next slide, please. And just looking at historical investment in infrastructure for the reinvestment zone, at the end of 2025, total capital assets for the reinvestment zone total $241.2 million, 26.2 million in land or right of way, had construction in progress of 55.2 million. And then we go on through and show the buildings, the infrastructure, less accumulated depreciation for total assets being depreciated at a little over 159 million.
Tracy, got a quick question for you. Back to that one. Does that mean that if you add back the depreciation to what's invested, we actually invested in projects over 300 million during the life of the zone?
Correct.
Okay,
Very large investment.
yeah, thank you.
Next slide, please. And that concludes the presentation on the annual report. We will be sending the annual report to each taxing entity that participates in the reinvestment zone. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have related to the report.
Thank you, Tracy, and thank you for all the work you do throughout the year and your team and helping keep this all organized.
Yeah, I'll just say on behalf of the financing kind of subcommittee, you know, we have had a financing amendment, or not amendment, a financing plan and preparation to try to come with a financing plan amendment. Probably will become in the first quarter of next year, just so that we can encompass all the new projects that we have. But Tracy and Melissa and her team have done a great job in making sure we don't run out of money, which is always a good plan. So thank you, Tracy, for all your work, you and Melissa both.
Anyone
Yes.
have any additional questions? Not, I'm number 3, I've already read it in, so motion consideration,
Motion approved.
motion approved, have a second?
Second.
Second. Any questions? Not, all in favor, please say aye. Oh, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. The next few items will be items that were presented by David as action items, and I'll read them if you got any questions. Certainly, invite David and pop it back up if we need to look at it. First item number 4, consider recommendation to City Council authorize professional services agreement with Casper and Patrick Associates LP for the East Outer Loop, Tower Road, and FM 3117 compliance design, and an estimated amount of $564,100. Have a motion to consider that.
So moved.
Motion from Steve, second by Brandon. Any additional discussion? Not, all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5, consider recommendation to City Council to authorize a professional service agreement. Casper and Patrick Associates LP for final design and construction phase services required for 12-inch water line, 25th Street, EST to Taylor EST, and the estimated amount of $197,500.
Motion.
Motion, second? Second, Thomas? Discussion? Not all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 6, consider recommendation to City Council authorize a professional service agreement, Casper Patrick's and Associates LP for final design and bidding services required for the North Little Elm 15-inch trunk extension, and the estimated amount of $94,900. Motion from Bo, have a second? Second. Steve. Discussion? Not, all in favor, please say aye. Those same sign. Motion carries. Next, item number 7, consider recommendation to City Council to authorize contract amendment number 1, the professional services agreement Casper Patrick and Associates LP to prepare a master plan in the amount of $124,000. Motion.
Second.
Second. Discussion. Not all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 8, consider recommendation City Council to authorize contract amendment number 2 to professional services agreement Casper and Patrick Associates LP for South Temple Transmission Main WTP to VST/PS line A, and that estimated amount of $60,000. Motion, second, Thomas. Any discussion? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Next item is, receive a project update from Timberlake Economic Development Corporation. Hopefully Adrian has one for today, not here. He may actually be out of town. And then, receive a project update from city manager. David, do you have?
So no specific update, but happy to answer any questions if anybody has anything.
Well,
Oh, actually, I do have one good thought. So the lights, they're putting the lights on Main Street, I guess. It's happening right now, so that's cool. Might just let the owners know. I just gotta call somebody with breaking into our building with a lift. That,
We've been in contact with everybody, not just get them.
well, I haven't got a call. For ours.
We went door to door, just verbally.
Well, maybe it's my vacants, maybe that's fine, but
Yeah, I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I knew it was on. Either that or it's very intricate.
Well, we'll go.
They are from the low that's faster than anticipated.
Yeah.
Is there?
And so I may have got out of sync, but
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it was, yeah, a funny.
look, we do a lot of stuff, but we generally try to.
when will that actually be, that project concluded based on the current scope that's been approved?
I'm sorry, say again.
When will that project be concluded based on the current scope that's been approved?
We're trying to complete this prior to Christmas, so I've got a meeting with Fish this morning, to start getting the, fired. Right now, they're just installed the lighting package. We're gonna pour.
So we've been approved through phase C, phase 3,
Yes.
and that's what we're trying to approve to.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have it done by the end of next week.
Does phase C include everything that's been authorized?
Everything has been authorized, so there are a few businesses that we're still working with, one being the Han and the Arcadia Theaters, because they were, the historic building, they've been working with their contacts to make sure that we can install them, and actually, I just heard back from them yesterday, that didn't want you to forget, we're still wanting to do the project and we're getting closer. So, we hope to go through sooner rather than later next week or next year, and then sweep in the remaining buildings that we haven't been able to, hopefully talk into the ones who are still not interested. And then also some people, the owners are out of town, it's hard, they live out of state, it's been a little bit harder to work with them, but, hope to make our one last sweep first part of next year.
Bob, I think we have an exhibit that shows A, B, and C and everything that's, we can share.
Yeah. This phase includes, I think it's 36 individual properties that. So it's gonna be substantially towards complete, but there are some holdouts.
Thank you. Any other questions from anyone from David, City?
Actually, if I could follow up on that too, about the people who are holdouts, and that's something that y'all might be able to help us with too, if some of the people who aren't interested, maybe if you wanted to talk to them one-on-one, and maybe see if you can help answer any concerns that they may have. I mean, we've tried that, throughout the city, and different staff and council members reaching out to people, and sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not, but sometimes they want to hear from someone that's, not an actual city employee, so we may reach out to y'all next year and see if any of the people who have so far been no's.
Hopefully, when
Feel
everything's
like-
eliminated, that those no's will decide they
Hopefully.
won't go.
Yeah.
Won't be part of it. Okay, thank you.
I think when everything is lit up and they're the ones that are dark.
Yeah.
That might push them over the edge, but Kathy's done a great job. She and her team have really, worked hard to get the yeses, and then of course Buford and Chad have done a great job too. I've been a huge cheerleader for this project. I love to see downtown lit. Just driving in this morning, it's transformative. It's really wonderful. So thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, and Landon at KPA has also been working extremely hard on this for a couple of years. Definitely a team effort for sure.
Is the plan still to go block by block? Is that what, instead of
having blank spaces on blocks.
To the extent that we can, I mean, for the people who are no's, we're going around them. Mhm.
You'll be able to tell.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be able to tell who didn't sign up.
Anything else? If not, thank y'all very much for being here. Hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas. Put on your calendar, the next planned meeting is January 28th. 26th. So